Wow, you remember my birthday? That's very nice of you. Oh, I know. You should come to my party. My usual elephant parade wouldn't be allowed on school grounds, but Jamil's making a feast of all my favorite foods.
First, allow me to wish you a happy birthday.
Thanks! I hope you have fun at the party!
Which present has wowed you the most this year?
It's hard to pick just one, but... Kater and Lilia are in the pop music club with me, and they sent me a celebratory dance video. I think I'd go with that. It's basically a video of them spinning and striking poses in time and music. They're in such perfect sync. I never get tired of watching it. What an amazing gift that was.
Can you tell me more about what you do in the pop music club?
Despite the name, we don't actually spend a lot of time singing or playing instruments. Mostly, we just sit around the club room eating snacks and chatting. Oh, one of our recent conversation topics turned to scary stories. That was exciting. So we were all trading ghost stories, right? When Lilia's turn came up, he started to talk about a tale he'd heard on one of his trips. About a cursed idol. Then, suddenly... Crash! There was a loud noise behind us. When I turned and looked, I saw that a vase had fallen from a shelf and shattered on the floor. I started to freak out, thinking it was the work of the cursed idol. I looked over at Lilia and Kater, and they were trembling too. I froze up. I had no idea what to do, but just as I was panicking, I heard a meow from the shelf. The real culprit was Lucius all along. He'd snuck into the room at some point. Kater and Lilia had known the whole time. They'd just been shaking their shoulders in feigned fear to string me along. I was like, how could you? But I could feel the laughter coming on. And we all had a good hearty guffaw about it.
Could you tell me about your family?
Sure, I'll start with my dad. We come from a long, long line of merchants. Our family sold silk, all kinds of food, basically a whole lot of stuff over the years. Dad's the most important guy in the family, and he keeps super duper busy, but he's always got a happy smile on his face. And Mom's really, really sweet. She's always saying nice things about me, and she barely ever gets mad. I've got a ton of younger brothers and sisters too. They're so cute, you have no idea. When the whole family gets together, it's always a party. There was this one time we all played hide and seek in the house. I was it. But since I have so many siblings, it took a crazy amount of time to find them all. We started at noon, but I still hadn't found them all by dinner time. My hunger got the better of me, and I gave up and admitted defeat. I remember them all laughing and going, "You lose there, brother!" Next time we have a get-together, I've gotta reclaim my cred.
Care to talk about your magic carpet?
It's a replica of a famous flying carpet. I have no idea how long our families had it, but it's supposed to be pretty old. I'm trying to recall when we first met. Oh, I think it was when I snuck into the family storehouse. I felt this poke on my shoulder out of nowhere. When I turned around to look, I saw the carpet peeking up from behind a pile of gold coins. It really seemed to want out, So I did everything I could to talk my dad into letting me take it. He agreed to let me have it as long as I promised to always take extra good care of it. It was so happy to be free from the storehouse, it carried me on a ride way up into the sky. And we've been thick as thieves ever since.
What can you tell me about your classmates?
Well, I talk with Silver a lot. Actually, we had an assignment in art class to draw one of our fellow students recently. I asked Silver to be my model, and he was still as a statue. I was amazed at what incredible focus he had. Until I finally heard the snoring, at least. Silver was just sleeping the whole time. After that, we traded places and Silver drew me. His pencil line art was like BAM! If I had to sum it up in a word, it'd be... powerful, I guess? Anyway, it made for such a great picture.
Could you talk about your dorm's vice house warden?
Back when we were kids, I would get tutored at home while Jamil went to school. Whenever I cried about not understanding a question in my homework, Jamil would always show me how to solve it. We've been together ever since we were kids, and I can't think of a more dependable guy.
Are there any other anecdotes you could share about your time with him?
I remember back when we first developed our basic magic skills. Jamil learned how to use magic before I did. I thought it was so cool the way he used the magic he'd practiced to help the grown-ups. I kept trying to imitate him every day. Then, one day, I managed to get a parrot feather to float the tiniest bit. At first, I thought it was just a wind. Before that, Mom was the only one in the family who could use magic, so everybody was overjoyed. And thanks to that, now I get to go to the same school Jamil does. I'm so glad I learned magic.
Thank you for sharing so many fascinating stories. And once again, happy birthday!